Minimum wage workers in 9 states will get pay raises in the new year. Washington State will lead the way at $9.04 an hour. At $5.15 an hour, Georgia and Wyoming have the lowest minimum wage. But as John Blackstone tells us, San Francisco is topping them all.
Low-paid workers in San Francisco were already getting the highest minimum wage in the country. But for those at the bottom of the pay scale, the boost to $10.24 an hour breaks a barrier. Is that a ridiculous sum for a minimum wage?
No, because the cost of living is very different in different places around the country. In San Francisco, it is very high. And so a minimum wage of $10 an hour is not at all high relative to that cost of living.
While former Labor Secretary Robert Reich has been a longtime advocate of higher minimum wages, many San Francisco employers say this is no time to be forcing a pay raise. Restaurant owner Dan Schroeder says the increase will come right out of his bottom line.
You know, especially in this nickel-dime economy, it's not as though we can raise our prices. It's a recession. If you raise your prices, people go elsewhere.
Steve Falk, president of San Francisco's Chamber of Commerce, says the city's high minimum wage has already cost jobs.
But for the most part, employers of lower wage workers are doing more with less. There are fewer servers in restaurants. There are fewer employees in hotels.
Still, San Francisco's unemployment rate at 7.8% is well below California's 11.3%. And Robert Reich says there's no evidence that a minimum wage destroys jobs.
It's true that if everybody in America was willing to work for $1 an hour, say, we'd have many more jobs. But who wants a lot of $1 an hour jobs?
A recent poll showed 67% of Americans favor a minimum wage of $10 an hour. But as 2012 begins, only here in San Francisco will minimum wage workers be getting that much. John Blackstone, CBS News, San Francisco.